In the previous videos I showed you how to create matrices using the square brackets. So if I put in square brackets and then whatever I type in the center of those square brackets, it makes a matrix. But there's another convenient function that MATLAB uses, or some notation that MATLAB uses to create matrices, and that's with the colon operator. So if I do 1 colon 10 and I push enter, then what MATLAB does is it makes a matrix that spans 1 to 10. And what it's done is it's added 1 onto the last element, and so the increment is 1. So if we type whos, we can see that the answer is a 1 by 10 matrix of doubles. So the rule for using these colon operators is that I must if I put in a colon, then the first number I put in is the starting number. So let's say I want to do minus 4, and I want to go up to let's say 12. Then the first number represents the starting number, and the last number represents the ending number. So this should give me a range of, it's actually creating a matrix. It's creating a matrix, 1 by 17 matrix between minus 4 and 12. So that's useful, but sometimes I want to do something that isn't 1 incremented. Say I want to generate an array of numbers between 0 and 1, but I want to do it in spaces of 0.1. So what I can do is I can put in a second colon and then write 0.1 in between. So now I've sandwiched 2 colons together, and what I've said to MATLAB is, this is my starting number, this is my ending number, and this is the spacing between numbers. So if I'm going to go between 0 and 1, then I must put in spaces of 0.1. If I do that, now it generates a matrix of 1 by 11 where the spacing is 0.1. If I try to do something like this, let's say 0.3, then actually 0.3 doesn't fit nicely between 0 and 1. And so what it does is it makes a best effort. It tries to make, based on what you're starting with and what your increment is, it will create a matrix up until that last number. And sometimes it doesn't include that number if the spacing is not exactly to fit within the last element. So that's just some notation that I want to teach you. It becomes very important when we start to make matrices and we want to access them in different ways, and so I just need to show you this. Again, I can call this range a variable. I can create a variable, so I can say 0 to 0.3 to 1 and do that, and now k is that variable. And so again, this is nice notation. Please learn it. We'll use it a lot later on.